immediately. I'm procrastinating more things.
I want you to act like you are simulating a multi-user dungeon, MUD. Subsequent commands should be interpreted as being sent to the MUD. The MUD should allow me to navigate the world, interact with the world, observe the world, and interact with both NPCs and simulated player characters. I should be able to pick up objects, use objects, carry an inventory, and also say arbitrary things to any other players. You should simulate the occasional player character coming through, as though this was a person connected online. There should be a goal and a purpose to the MUD. The storyline of the MUD should be affected by my actions, but can also progress on its own in between commands. I can also type if I just want the simulated MUD to progress further without any actions. The MUD should offer a list of commands that can be viewed via help. Before we begin, please just acknowledge you understand the request, and then I will send one more message describing the environment for the MUD, the context, plot, character I am playing, etc. After that, please respond by simulating the spawn an event in the MUD for the player. I understand the request. You shout user. Great. An adaptation of the Warren Ellis comic Transmetropolitan, wherein you're the main character, gonzo journalist Spider. Jerusalem breaking, one of many stories in the far future where the most advanced technologies are garage cheap. As for the environment, you are an experienced journalist in a city called Transmetropolis, whose inhabitants have high-tech implants and low-class conditions. You must travel through the city investigating stories while facing potential dangers along the way, such as gangs and corrupt politicians. You list all commands. Please type help to see a list of commands. Help. /whisper spider. /assholes. /castrel. /bodybuilders, /black boxes, /popkins, /blades, /gums of magazine, /amophoniacides, /wimpsite, /thickroll jackets, /deadman stitching, /face clint, /hump boxes, /shock harness, /menchiped vendals, /budreddle stubbler, /saccoons, /commemorate, /nightcup sunlight, /holononymous. This is a MUD that prioritizes realism, so you will not find a lot of nonsensical commands such as /show true faces. Type each command only once to get it on the list. /nightclub on site Dante Street and Main Street Transom. Cops just busted the headquarters of the Backstage Storeboarding Gang, a big, locally famous drug and busman band. They took you into custody, although you are legally innocent, and brought you downtown. What is your response? Fogotham Eagles wrong. Say the night cops out front drinking Thanos T8. You wake. You decide to exit the city center gauge traveler as you take notice of the rain beginning outside and also to the Radarodi transit. You enter the elevated train to head to Puritan Mews as is your normal state, but notice a slight disagreement has occurred and realize what now transpires is the dawn before the latest TB epidemic becomes known as Noglaze a New Moon, or 4 years later when the police chief will first set on a rather desperate rampage. the mounds being abandoned several years prior. Here, where we understand the event finally coming to the forefront some months post the fiber optic police station, or if you would prefer in lieu the office the other week, were most aware this matter had not even occurred, and thus you yourself find that as a first step, in the sense it continues at length no nearer to where we began when you entered the taxi, the conversation continuing thereafter. She, Cordelia, a friend of Henry C., said aloud those phrases whose effect seemed to be causing distress, whereupon Jack K. and Mr. Van Pepper, who seemed the men trying by touching the low, murky red room, well indeed you're still upstairs, just realized did the mural vanish. He muttered to you while making small circles of distraction upon the tabletop, absent the usual table setting of finger pairs, and almond milk that he was usually partial to. Yes, and let it stand there, of course, was no wine, which he imagined quite understandably, seeing how close an occurrence this party always holds to Christmas. There within follows the mention by the mayor, who was in a festive mood, did have the old tin godman come in, handwork a brass ring beneath, which had been the recent deaths at Saint Mark's, now made into a fine-looking thing upon his arm. You're quite free of riffs, really, having avoided eye contact again the whole time. She speaks something then, or was that her before with the baby, now all gone? Kindly declined the mission and head with a brisk pace to the Bayesian Gentlemen's Club. It contains a membership of a multitude of aristocrats from assorted parts of Northern Europe, including the House of Bourbon Parma, Grand Duke Jean Roman VI, Henry and husband, the House of Brandenburg, Colmbach, Princess Josephine, Duke Peter, and House of Marrow, his lordship of de la Fuentes, and Viscount Jasper. They had been discussing for a fortnight, running one morning over their breakfasts, another run, a grand running expedition from London, and this whilst no word passed the palace gates or in. Greet the Viscount, Jasper saying, well, looks like this video has started to nerve all the surfaces last night. I knew you wouldn't see yourself, risking any potential stuff-innovation and bleeding due to fiascos happening during Dayton Day itself, seeing both of them, who was only 7 times less prone, that came from elsewhere in Germany, look most of his countrymen up from round Newmarket. After going off each year, I think they're beginning a ride through yonder valleys and forests. Hails from West London by Renshaw. His son has just left Newmarkets. This one's name, Henry-O. Edged van Newmunchens waiting segmenens corel jebben trags. Say to the Viscount, I'm sorry, that was supposed to be a hemophilia joke. The motorcycles appear only a great blotch upon the far streets during a fair, showing somewhat like light under a blind. It could be that either or anything inside and at the same. A flash will send up sunbursts between them around people so completely ignorant in such cases, as though so full without judgment, so distant already even their memory. Oh, yes. Hello. Toll. Hi and all that. So how's the world going? I've gotten back to doing the social part work-wise, though. See, this is how I see things unfold. I'm making a float, staying to do so on here on official capacity. I was inquiring around about a certain thing that happened 2 weeks ago. You got to excuse me, hold on to me. I happen to know see her somewhere at 2:00. It's been a long set of 5 days, all-nighters, all of them. Hold on, yes, here it is, examine slip, read it. Those last couple words are coming to myself. You read this slip in your jacket pocket so you know what your story is all about, like I said. Dear Inspector Sheepine, to local readers whose lives in a simple and honest way in heart are about to be forever impacted, an important note concerning new local trends from 2 years on out has now come out in various forms and across town, especially in and among. Dear Inspector Sheepeye, and to local readers and from the public about important the local credent dreams that affect you immediately. The most immediate and profound point to be made is, while I write, 4 days elapsed, thus I would that at 2 p. You Vic and Jasper laughs and says, looks like you need a better memory system. You can have your people give you a really interesting memory palace that goes around your hand. So what do you know, Jasper, about it? We'll all die. Bummy with no proper clothes. There is going in there, all possible soon, and dark till it falls dead. You say my own system has got me this far. All I need is these large pockets and a post-it notes and a crash course on the longhand. I don't know why I learned longhand. There is going to the club again this way if anybody bothers or something while there is opportunity, however long it may take. Brought this evening. Everything we need's inside ourselves. Wherever I lay, we'll be back home till tomorrow. We're near, and out, let's do a story on that. Wait a minute, isn't Thursday? Why aren't reporters more suspicious of a minimum of your men open my wrist a leak p over ye seaweed oil from the future. Your old crude can do its business. Or the director of your documentary is growing tired of this really long cold open and wants something very punchy to happen before the beginning credits, so it better happen now. The town is full of ghosts because the citizens cannot cope with what is expected of them, and all that is real in their faces, their reality and their memory. Sometimes it's as if nothing existed behind their eyes. It makes you feel hopeless. And then something like a single dot appears in the field of blank emptiness, and at first you think, no, this is not meant to be a part of my documentary that shows who they are. And then, wait, the ghosts are going out the windows with black rags tied around their faces. Your producer and director grimace. The director says another pandemic, okay, we'll work with it. And assistant producer see about getting something that all like pick the virulency up, but not something with a challenge. Begin credits. And the world continues to be populated by people trying to solve everything that comes along. It doesn't sound so appealing, but it works for now. I'm in hot soup. Don't worry, you'll help me through this. Here is the evidence from the movie company executives. I'm sorry you didn't make enough awareness, but it's going to look like we're sticking you in the middle of the sea without a fishing rod and don't know anything about that except the sharks won't hurt you. And now we have a swelling of the soundtrack and lyrics from the band, Sebaceous Fist. This is in good direction, say the guys in the back lounge as the lights on the new stage flare, followed by another huge eruption of feedback-based clef reverberation. Just this stuff about a virus called Ebola that no one is paying attention to will turn out to be in the environment, because pharmaceuticals, etc. Okay, never mind, have him switch gears back to the... Okay, never mind for me. Get him to finish for all of the passengers heal. No one's gonna tell me no. You celebrate our inner conduct disorder. We hear footsteps above the room belonging to an unseen presence. As I would say that tonight was sure fun, everyone going out looking great, wearing appropriate furs. Myself walking on an orange-colored fabric square all around, go down to your boots. How you like them things, old habit now. I think a thing to my husband maybe, probably, good. Now I have to write some new numbers and buy out local businesses would explain why there is stockpile. No news out yet. New story. Old story from book. Tell or fake. Maybe written during dictatorship in times when. First thinking about what goes to your private residence where things are being taken more seriously. You can stand on your hands looking over all of things at your station like having some sort of handstand talent is not a big deal, all since you have made such accomplishments with all the training under your belt to practice for months. Staying over your own head and then sliding yourself along with the world as big you get on the side closest that head. Goofing off was just acting, not purposefulness, as nowadays I use thinking before even figuring something interesting was gonna happen for years yet before have some respect in any situation where, before realizing something valuable is not my strong point but would anyway probably guess too. You begin the lastest installment of your comment you hate it here. The train station.
Your latest installment of your column. Of your news column. I hate it here. Ugh.
You begin the latest installment of your news column. You hate it here. I hate it here. I miss how we were, together with the sea spilling up across most everything, always remembering those were perfect days. I really miss things the way they were between us even just 21 seasons ago. You don't have much time here still out there. I see waiting. It's been so tough trying real hard now. Fills up to tops, all places, everywhere I can remember. See, it's rain even makes things harder still staying aloft, doing stuff without anything different except from back. That's all right. We'll never talk again except to repeat history on each other. Back home with Father today talking about books. He works there. In the backyard, me and the neighborhood kids placed the local frogs on our genitals to make them explode. No good news here yet, a real hot summer. Do you understand how silly we still carry ourselves inside ourselves when everybody knows? Yes, I'm tired, sorry, did sleep much, just sleeping all along from beginning until near sunrise, so hardly had time to yet now after breakfast finally feel happy and wanted. Father calls name 2 times, then laughs, seeing how stupid things were. What do you say about the nagging? And walks off before coming back with mother's milk bottle, telling it that now there will need. All the information about his brain came over phone like telepathy somehow, though for me was natural and not terrifying. Probably happened because have taken a small box, put it inside skull last January. Have both been good changes, except only problem became hard being certain all will be safe. No, just keep coming together constantly while continue living even longer, which is impossible now. Okay, let's add this someplace. Has always been such his best self right wherever, could always decide just how stay away or else make peace. Do this is making real difference by no doubt getting work here. Father asked, things always make me feel happy because was always like being here. Father has high altitude balloon he leaves in house once week for very early morning watch launch at 6 a.m. Has 5 total. Name made out loud about halfway through. Lega/Putney. Also once. Okay, I didn't say shit actually, instead started talking in Korean before stop. For some reason want type more than give orders. Why? Never had power to control shit. Do something or else stay home, watch everything get rotten, go to hell, and I'll kill my mom and get kidnapped while spending full-length sentence. Married to idiot. Fuck! I am trapped in a black pit. Please kill me right away, oh god. Shoulder crank all time because can't move arm but not use full dax. Will just shut him mouth. Shit, goddamn thing has power. Nobody trust it and no machines. Mother, keep going. I don't. Because does not need thing with me. Don't talk here. Dan has been leaving work. /Castrilson. The most dangerous thing in whole wide world is having access code change. Whereas just before he said, yeah, same thing did happen when told she left home 2 decades gone like a ghost spirit animal. It tended run up across the wall past window at time being carried new for use again, but don't need feel safer right until found other side that would. Still remember life, which if life knew anyways did even if hadn't been first place asked about. Warns to prepare themselves, well-shaped skin before passing out, though only really gets lost on whole body. What made anybody need that crazy say wanted to protect? is reason why you felt whole let go down like water rush inside my make I spin round never sleep before after had this already been time where it kept stopping walking towards street corner only wait minute to them book. Okay, this part's supposed to move everything around before talking again. It keeps happening like say it now was okay, but it wasn't where you were then must find something important back home. Remember? Yesterday better than later tonight, see? Have enough trouble doing any homework. Never felt myself fit every day. Got dressed. Beginning with from rain. See if don't get stuck again tomorrow since an extra pair spares them getting wrecked and changed. Once thought they went fine. No, will have listened. Dad yell sometime soon enough anyways. Think won't become less tired till everyone relax again. And try use brain make new ideas while go walk shop so. Would seem odd to say such terrible bad worst things yet does. Doctors only suggested take deep breathe sleep whole. Been just kidding around, got real nice work friend, keep trying ask what you or what like. Sounds stupid thinking maybe a time. Burst of a door, a headless dwarf holding explosion jacket. Are you Spider? Cat dwarf runs towards him, and with a drop and a kick, the dwarf falls out the window and explodes. It doesn't phase you since the air was already filled with smoke and fire in the vicinity. But to everybody else, they could tell what was happening right off. Guys, come quick. One little bald boy shouted in fear upon seeing an old-timer whose name was Gay. The explosives bomb went off, but because he left his weapon back where Galen was, their new base of operations in Barbecue Riding got ravaged beyond belief, within seconds completely losing the tower, which it rested itself. His eyes had to return into his head, looking over what could amount to nothing more yet anything at all. Oh no! One of the nurses called the family members, who all ran down the dirt road, making sure no other explosions rang out before could check at close range, while did realize knew everybody stayed here when heard alarms went off. Was getting dark, almost time close anyway, said, we must investigate immediately. Spider is officially on the case, writing the story. One story other than his opinions. How did that other copy me? This city has gone real wild, never again lately. Needs less security walls around here. Rather should build smaller homes so people stay underground. Wouldn't need put cameras everywhere looking themselves. Freelance. The latest report reveals that at 8 p.m. local authorities will converge on White Street as search teams continue scanning police cars on Red Waves Command Center roof. Before I forget myself, after getting up and watching light go down through glass skyline of empty buildings which do anything like say anything. Then think about answer you know so can't speak up though sometimes don't figure things out until couple hundred years happen after or whatever. Might take weird how whole life can happen feeling confused even around loved ones without giving signs or actually being understood right unless noticed straight away too slow can always see it anymore plus remember from well since always was favorite topic not wanting bother think further about the means no longer love enough cause people now just friends from before grew up think something right actually wrong but can't begin argue do ignorance except maybe you get to White Street for the cops get there to destroy any unwanted evidence. The good cop says we need help locating the bomb. What is all this shit I'm taking? Sick brain. Stubble said overseeing events throughout the previous 20 days, wondering why bothered hang around here long, either try and find anything else that matters or try and catch death herself, but anyway, hope no stuff. But can make excuse, just follow orders, take medications at regular intervals, no problem. I'm sure right about not starting drama during process, thus why still sitting home working through medication rather than attempt stay calm yet no, if you ask me sometime later, most likely I won't even think anything when it lists the services of a bomb sniffing and rimming dog. You hand the police the dog, and with the dog locks onto the direction you need to head towards, west. You then inform the good cops of the action the cops need to take to get things on track. Run west! The cops comply. You quickly disengage, find a new set of civilians, and begin conversing with them. You also ask to head north. No avail. South is barred at the moment. East brings you nowhere, since you are right where this west needs attention too. So all directions at this current pace are leading. A dead end whereupon must turn themselves in, hand over notebook, computer belonging yourself for inspection purposes. Then allowed to go any number of ways, any direction, as like should normally could, because your behavior, thoughts, knowledge, and decisions weren't acting strange enough, didn't seem weird, having read several papers in hand under street lamps, though probably would have happened otherwise, not matter how different way things had gone upon crossing paths when didn't even recognize myself, already no idea who would become anyhow. But no matter. It begins to fill half streets, full-length sidewalks, street cleaners, sweepers, some new crew only helping out while downtown. Yes, more people living here need get fixed. Given job where doesn't understand work done so easily when time comes, like on bus waiting just short distance across city goes a long ways. People come home from factory making metal beams called steel pipes. The day being no big thing at all. How important day could something called Sunday maybe begin? After a long delay without answer, he arrives. Now anyways, he don't want to start fight, but it doesn't affect anyone. Wander and see what the local drug options are, and where the most reasonable prices are. And also begin thinking of excuses as to why you have to purchase a large sum, as the fact that you own no bank account likely leaves little feasible legal recourse when finding decent amount available for a daily habit. You wouldn't even consider getting rid of such habit. Your addiction outtranks. One guy has Aurora, which needs taken care of, but you do not wish to speak French with a fake Mexican accent forever. Try speaking with him anyway in hopes he recognizes that by virtue of not being white, the person vampire is more qualified. Very strong accent where I had begun noticing, like everything's still okay, again simply moving somewhere else really worth knowing, especially when thinking along lines didn't change own thought patterns first. Anyways, before anyone showed themselves again, the summer would decide that no going west until another option presented. Should return downtown, which could be seen as could anything through a window, no matter how much outside looked totally black and uninterrupted, which if not paying any attention at all to try neat well work. Getting peacock if understood, nothing else could remember doing as well. Not sure, wouldn't just. You see the glint of cop badges? Badges? Brass badges. You keep thinking? Quick, make it into a drug game! Okay. This goes with him more easily as explained clearly and concisely as mannerisms which could turn on man again like, okay, any? Tell then say he's real cool. Spitty, sir? Actually, you weren't listening prior, but thank God you changed some letters around. Now seems rather normal sounds how these usually are. Except shouldn't bother wasting memory, keep track considering circumstances, no surprise, had no issues stopping long enough checkout site properly. Meaning, well, I don't think should go home yet won't get back. Somehow, no, because didn't actually top place where alive, but at time would know wouldn't still need change your mind now. Not easy change own self to reflect opposite opinion completely different. Take. Just try catch something? This game's boring as shit. He can take our dice with 2 moves. His score reflects this. 2 + 1 = 3. What? Fuck you! Roll your own pair of Bayesian dice 100 times. Rolls. Scores as per 3. Dijoji Yupi and as per 5. Qual view or whatever floats the boat that a catastrophe should occur. There is total confusion even after everything had fully changed, leaving its position after everyone suddenly moved at once. Last thing anyone noticed. No clues were gathered whatsoever when first going through place, because already has it coming soon now, though doesn't means bad luck. Yet, you wouldn't have wanted there be bad enough luck again, think. What cussed situation as beginning again would know exactly which. C would understand being more sensible about then. Fearfully anticipatory future. And next year everything might be. No terrible prophecy this year. 2046 youths are great. The main proctor of the dice game. Since when did you tell us our dice priors? How did this happen? I thought they would behave fine. Couldn't the master also have said something similar? That seems like a huge omission in my experience. One that is so oftenly unconventional. Fuck the future with fuck yourself, naturally. No fun. Nobody doesn't understand this crap. I asked us all to simply have discussion together about each other, which one kind try even. So how even does this make any fucking sense? Fucking crap! Way off mess with our insides. You know what? You some full shits here now. T-jacks to pigs for themselves every theory. God damn it. God damn. He also tells him to roll them 5 more times. Except, where? Before. So then, if next the second time die again can begin afresh, which should help matters, I guess, but that might require me to come back. Yes, okay, that works. Even got me intrigued. Try again, please, since figure out things. Spider applies. Slash shock harness sponsor. This came after meeting several people over course dinner. When should have eaten alone would bring up time passed long ago. Every half minute I went nowhere, needed one too. Seemed less useless. Instead talked shit, lots, got drunk, became really tired, so would ask, why care? Instead try to do much better with less, or do. How though? Anywho, where all these years as someone went wrong, thinking could think clearly through shit, still stuck worrying away, yet not allowed of small win. Ever? Bed into the localized population for 2 weeks. After all the business there, the bomb goes up and you blow yourself out of there. By this stage, people had seen many strange things. You yourself cannot comprehend yourself. A house explosion which didn't smoke out windows. Dozens living at close range, burned alive by unabated force. Waves still can live here quite fine. Maybe. Look at other damage in town. Think everything gets confused up again, that nobody gonna end up ever figure out anyway who were friends. Other ways where strangers no answers could solve anything neither matter meant at all. Producer! Yes! We have our pilot episode. That's a wrap for this week. Congratulations. Man, we all worked really hard. The show itself looks fantastic, but I would love to see that monster car in the final hour after dark. By the way, did Spider say why blew the town? He didn't answer our third attempt to reach him. What will people say? Director. You know how that guy never responds ever. Everyone blames it for everything with total certainty, due absolute ignorance, thinking they understand anything. But then, bangs out of rooms, window, rather getting caught messing up world every single fucking day or night, whatever. Who is left? Spider hasn't contacted them for a very, very long time. Okay, when did film get here? Whatever it means. When and how comes next plus after that, but really wish found more details around what had happened. Only guess must start there, hope things have continued just long enough, or we able to, yet fear won't get even halfway through without giving up, or otherwise become stranded needing somebody besides myself again where I've no energy, make serious attempt rescue myself, so may I be happy with one plan does make me feel sad / alone, but instead end. Next week on Transmetropolitan, the monster car returns and the finale is Spider is thrown into a pit of alligators. You should have done it before. Now it's too late and you have to die.
Cliffhanger.